1v1 if you can look at the items.
Yeah, Reginald's going to win it if he goes for it, right? Echo has to run away, and now it's a matter of turret pressure because Niantonso was off clearing a wave, so this is all advantages for TSM.
This is going to be very likely a dead turret right now, and the second middle turret as well, they've got a numbers advantage on as MRN runs down to the bottom lane. So TSM now 6 turrets to 6. They've got a surround on a Reggie though. Will they have enough damage? The Sheep might come out. They've just got a whole bunch of pain, and they do pick that one up, but they've lost 2 turrets now, and TSM are running around the map trying to just buy some time so they can get out from the 4v5.
TSM is opting into the objective game right now. They have to make sure that they don't lose anything big in the next 37 seconds. They traded the kill for a Baron, it worked out. Again, they traded the kill for 2 more turrets, and it's worked out again. But now it's a matter of the MRN counterattack, and MRN will really want a team fight at this point because TSM has been avoiding them.
Well, 24 seconds until Reginald comes back up. That is the big thing to keep track of on the right-hand side of your screen, is that number ticking down. That is the number until MRN no longer has a power play here. MegaZero going to face tank this turret. They're going to go in. Dyrus wants to put up a little bit of defense as well. MegaZero's going to go in. They've got the giant. Oh my gosh, the damage. The Twitch has been exterminated, and they're going to keep on moving forward. Special forced away with an Ignite. They've got Dyrus in the middle of the enemy team. Niantonso still alive. Heartbeat has kited out as well. Dyrus goes back in, finds Niantonso, gets the kill. He gets the gold out of that one. It's going to be the odd one, and now Clicky D forced to run away. Reginald has shown back up. He gets 1. Will he get any more? Echo so incredibly low. Flash from Reggie. It's going to be the kill. The double kill picked up. 3 for 1 in that fight, and TSM have control.
MRN really wanted to take advantage of that window, and when they exterminated Twitch, it really looked like they'd get something, but the persistent presence of Dyrus and the Odd One just tag teaming, sitting in that fight with that damage over time, it was too much for MRN to handle under the turret as well. That turret probably did a good 2,000 damage during that fight, and it went on for long enough that Reginald made his triumphant return and cleaned up. Now they're coming back all the way across the map, cross-country running, looking for this inhibitor.
And you can see the Odd One is just looking for minions right now. Apparently they are just a little bit too afraid of MegaZero and Clicky D, so they look for the inhibitor. They don't quite find it, unfortunately, for TSM fans out there. But they have now stretched their gold lead. They're up 4,000 gold. And we've called these numbers out a bit, but the number is not that huge in retrospect. You've got less than 10% of a gold lead.
And I guess that was a little bit too far ahead. Reginald didn't want to go for the inhibitor because it would just be making the same mistake of overextension. TSM has been very tactically playing this entire game, and even though Wild Turtle's getting blown up in these fights, like, he does have enough damage now that if he doesn't get touched, he will wreck everyone. It's just a matter of MegaZero and Clicky D just go for him. Baron's up though. We could see another big fight.
Yes.
Everyone's ultimates are up in about a second because Dyrus is ticking up right now, and MRN is not giving them any time. They saw Twitch top and they want to fight.
Well, they found the dunk right there. Dyrus pops his ulti. No flash available. Do they have the damage they need to kill him down, though? A lot of pain comes across. There's the bullet time as well. Randy was popped by Dyrus. Another knock up there from Clicky D, and they find it, and they've got minions if they want to go for this turret.
That had to be a miscommunication by TSM. They were too spread out trying to clear these waves, and this is a 4v5 without a really tanky Dyrus, so if they dove again, they might be able to get something.
Well, the Wither was popped on a Niantonso, and MRN just backed off. Now, both supports have oracles. They could always play the ward game if they wanted to, but MRN says, no, we've still got 30 seconds. We're going to try one more time at the minion wave game. Echo's up there. They've got the bullets raining from the sky as well. Odd One's in front, and again, they don't find the turret.
TSM is doing a miraculous job clearing these waves away. They're putting the Spirit Fire on the entrance so that everyone will be shredded if Wild Turtle opens up. And because there's no Jarvan ult, just a MegaZero ult, I don't think MRN has the confidence to be able to kill Wild Turtle immediately and threat the counterattack. So they just got the kill on a Dyrus. They didn't pick up anything else because of it. And they actually have to worry about the wave pushing bottom so that when Dyrus resurrects, they can't just rush Baron. So MRN has a lot of house cleaning to do before they can make their next move.
And of course, Dragon and Baron were both up. Niantonso will grab the Lizard buff, though. That is the one objective that MRN will actually grab as a result of that little power play. He's going to be liking that one. Almost level 18, this Misfortune. Just one more rank in E to go. But TSM, this looks familiar. They are running over towards the Baron Nashor pit.
The Oracle's on X Special as well. They're trying to get all the wards out to begin with. And they have a lot of ground to cover because MRN has left a lot of wards littered in this area, knowing that they have to go make this house cleaning. Luckily, MegaZero has his teleport, so his push bottom lane does not just tell TSM they can go for things, unless TSM somehow cleared out all the wards. But for now, I think MRN is safe, and it's going to be another one of those big team fights. We're here once again. Maybe they're going to go for it.
Well, they look for the off, but they don't quite get the knockup, and Clicky D might have to run away from this one. They do have the teleport coming in from MegaZero. Will they find the battle? It's Dyrus in the middle of the enemy team. He is going to back off. They have Reginald off on the side. They now spot Wild Turtle 5-on-5.
And TSM desynced their ultimates. Dyrus used his ultimate, but the odd one didn't, so they don't have the full power of the brothers coming up in this next one. This turret is at 1/3. This time, though, they could do the Claky D plus Mega Zero dive on Wild Turtle if they see the opportunity. They're definitely getting this turret.
Yeah, Mega Zero face tanks it. The damage comes out. They've got to flinch just a little bit longer. They get the turret kill, but Ahmed is in the mix. The Wither is off on an Neontanzo. There's the bullet time. Will he find much? Not a ton. The crescendo comes off. Reginald in the middle of the enemy team. Mega Zero goes down against Wild Turtle. Wild Turtle shooting from across the wall. They get the kill, but it's 2-for-1 so far in TSM's favor, and Wild Turtle just opens up. They find Heartbeat. Double kill for Wild Turtle. They're going to keep on moving down. Only 2 members of MRN are still alive. Neontanzo is recalling back. Clicky D is trying to run. Will he get the EQ? Gets the W slow. Jumps across, but Baron control is here for Neontanzo.
Yeah. Look at Neontanzo. He's stuck around the side, and he's getting this inhibitor down. He's trying to distract TSM. This fight could not be any crazier.
And actually, TSM are not going for Baron anymore. They might just look for Neontanzo. Dyrus is in a fight against Claky D, and Claky is actually scaring him away enough. Oh, in the aftermath of that fight, MRN got an inhibitor for free. What?
So, okay, 3-for-1. The fight itself was really crazy because the only one to dive Wild Turtle was Mega Zero. He couldn't finish him off entirely. So once Wild Turtle didn't die, he was able to roll through the rest of the team. But Neontanzo was off to the side, so when the rest of his team died, he snuck away. So he went for the inhibitor, but now TSM's regrouping a little bit. They realize what happened. They can kill this Baron very quickly, and they should get it after all is said and done at the cost of their inhibitor.
It is a 5-on-5 on the map overall, but no one is close enough to stop the Abun Company from taking out Baron Nashor. So TSM does take that in the aftermath of that teamfight victory. Will play by TSM to go back in onto that one. Reginald easily clears out the top lane wave. So it's TSM with a Baron and MRN with an inhibitor dead.
And an exposed inhibitor for MRN. So, like, TSM's going to have to make sure to keep the mid lane pushed up and out in order to go to the bottom lane and get an inhibitor of their own. And I want to look at the item builds of the AD carries because it's really curious here. These guys don't build defensive items, and they never have, and they may never will. I don't think Wild Turtle has ever done a non-defensive item. If there's ever a game for a defensive item, it would be this one. Oh my god, he did it. He went for Banshee's Veil.
Wow.
I thought he was going for a Bloodthirster. So that gives him a great amount of immunity from Mega Zero's dive, and that actually might be the item that turns these next fights. Sure, there's a 6,000 gold advantage, but if Twitch can stay alive through the dive of MRN, I don't know what MRN's chances are in these fights.
Well, right now, MRN are playing the minion game, though. They have all come up to this top lane right here, every single one of them, and TSM will play heads up against that. Dyrus just recalled out of the bottom lane. He knows he has to play defense as well. You can see 18-17 in kills. Regardless of the gold you're seeing up there, MRN certainly have been team fighting reasonably well throughout this game, and they're baiting the minion wave in the top lane, but TSM says, mid lane.
And this is just another one of those situations. It's the second Baron of the game that TSM has picked up. And the last time they had a Baron, MRN didn't fight them for a while. They're trying to out-tactic them right now. They actually might try to hope that TSM goes through and they try to backdoor. Like, they're really just trying to wait the full 4 minutes of the Baron off. They've already gotten about 1.5 minutes of it from TSM Freak, and it could just be a matter of TSM trying to wait out their inhibitor respawning and MRN trying to wait out the Baron buff on TSM.
TSM did, in fact, go to stop at the top lane. MRN was waiting in that brush in the corner of your screen for about, 30 seconds, hoping to find something. He did not, though. Dyrus lurking around in the jungle. He was spotted by a Warden. Once again, MRN are hiding in the brush. They're stalking their prey, but no one's around to get jumped.
Yeah, they know that TSM's actually kind of sitting back, and TSM's afraid of losing more of their base, I think. So MRN is making a smart play and hoping that they catch a wandering rat coming through for a red buff or something. It's just not really to be for TSM. Is for some reason, I can understand their reasoning. TSM is sitting back in the base. They don't want to lose more inhibitors. They know they have the Baron buff, so that MRN isn't going to want to fight them, and they're just farming up because TSM is generating gold right now. MRN is generating nothing. So the longer this happens, the better it is for TSM.
TSM are actually just running down the mid lane themselves. They've actually stopped caring about the minion wave on the right-hand side. They are pushing their way on down. This is a tense moment. MRN are recalling. They are the ones who are flinching. They don't want to shove the top lane out. They want to defend the middle inhibitor. TSM 5 strong are going for this one. Back in the qualifiers, MRN would have base race this one.
Yeah, and this time TSM's just face-tanking the turret. They realized MRN was trying to do something sneaky, and they just brute forced in full vision. The Baron buff is up, and they got about half a turret there. I wonder if MRN will fight.
They've got another minute on the Baron. In fact, the odd one is in the front, taking a bit of damage, down to half health. Mega Zero slows him back out, and looks like TSM will back away from this one as they'll try to sustain their way back up. Giant minion waves at both top and bottom halves of the map. Martin might want to keep TSM from farming that. TSM, in view of a ward, go to the bottom half, and this will be Martin trying to defend it.
And it's only 40 seconds left on TSM's Baron, so TSM wants this inhibitor right now, and if Martin doesn't want to give it up, they have to fight them.
Well, they might indeed fight. Retro goes in on a Neon Tonso, like it or not. The knockup is there. Dyrus is just training into that one, and here comes the bullet time across 3 members of TSM. Retro to the front. They're going to get the kill on a Neon Tonso. Mega Zero's in the back. Giant knockup there. Can Echo clean up this fight? Echo will die. Nope. 1 for 2 so far. 2 for 2. They're trading kills back and forth, but Martin are forced to run away. Wild Turtle is still here and will not be tamed.
And it's just Heartbeat and Mega Zero that are still up. I wonder if they're going to stop him from the inhibitor. Wild Turtle doing everything he can to finish this one off because Martin doesn't have much damage up.
They are finding some damage on a Wild Turtle. He pops barrier as well, and here comes Odd One from the side. Heartbeat taking a bit of pain. Wild Turtle still getting chucked down. The shield there as well. Oh, flash from Mega Zero. He finally finds a way to duel an AD carry and win. The Odd One just trying to hit now Mega Zero, but Mega is so farmed, he's actually winning this fight. And meanwhile, on the top side of the map, minions are beating down onto a turret. The red inhibitor has respawned in the mid lane. That top turret has gone down, so there is one available here, and the Odd One actually will be dying in this fight. Marn finds a way to clean up 2 kills, and now Mega teleports to the top lane. He's not done. He wants to kill more parts of TSM's base. However, Reggie is alive in 6 seconds.
Mega is being a total hero right now. He kills 2 members of TSM and then tries to backdoor the inhibitor, but he realizes the death timers are there, and it was a preemptive teleport. But wow, they might save that inhibitor as well. That is good for TSM, but this game continues to be crazy. I have to say, in that fight near the inhibitor, TSM is in sync right now. They super dove Neon Tonso, and once they finished Neon Tonso, they immediately knew the next biggest threat was Echo. There was a whole clump of people, but the only one that TSM was hitting, especially Wild Turtle, was Echo, because if he would have gotten any resets on Katarina, that would have been bad news for TSM and they could have lost. But they actually did everything right in that fight and still barely won. They stuck around. I think it was still worth it to finish that inhibitor, even if it cost them 2 deaths, because they saved the rest of their inhibitors, and this game just continues to be nuts.
This game is absolutely ludicrous, chat. I can't believe what is happening here. 22-20 in kills. We do have more kills than minutes in the game so far. 8-7 on turrets. We've got multiple inhibitors available for killing. Martin actually has lost their bottom inhibitor, which might just create maybe too much pressure for them.
And keep in mind how much pressure is on these teams right now. Like, this isn't a beginning of the season, like, exhibition match. This is the winner of this game for TSM, right? They can move a game ahead of Dignitas or fall back into a tie. And Martin is already in a tie for 6th place. They're in a playoff race right now. If they lose, they could risk falling into 7th. And they have to win. The first game for them in Super Week, 2 games into our 20-game week, and both of them have been awesome, Freak.
They have been absolutely phenomenal right here. You're seeing even boot enchants come through on almost every person here. Just the amount of money in the game because of the kills, the minions, and everything. They're just finishing out these item builds. You mentioned the Banshee's Veil before, trying to get to more items. Quicksilver Sash finish here for Neon Tonso. Oh man, they're just gonna meet up pretty soon again. Baron in 30 seconds.
And this is actually really cool. The boot enchantments you were talking about, Neon Tonso had the blue distortion enchantment for a flash cooldown. And he flashed away in the last fight and still died, but because without the distortion boots, he wouldn't have this flash up for the next impending Baron fight. So very uncommon boot enchantment for AD carries, but it is working out for Neon Tonso in this circumstance.
Definitely has needed that flash, and the rest of Marn are going to move in on this mid lane. Baron is going to be respawning, but Marn, they kind of feel more like they want inhibitors right here. Dyrus is going to be moving up towards the team. He's spotted by a ward, or will be in the near future. Marn looks to bait out a bit of Baron pressure. They do have the Oracles on a heartbeat.
And the next fight in this game will probably decide it. Both teams are already missing inhibitor turrets. Martin is actually down in the inhibitor, so this Baron fight is actually going to have to be accelerated. They can't dance around here long. Wild Turtle has 4 offensive items and a Banshee's Veil. Like, if Martin can't get onto him, they probably lose the game anyway. So everything is actually in TSM's favor right now. Martin has to be forced into something. All their lanes are pushing, and TSM is actually knowing this fact, and they're waiting for Martin to put a bad initiation onto them. Martin almost has no choice, though.
They're going to slow onto the Odd One. It's still a little bit of pressure here from Mega Zero. He flinches, though, and goes back to the mid lane to push that one out. As you said, Jat, there are lots of minions pushing through Martin's base right now. The first wave is just now hitting the Nexus turrets, as well as the top inhibitor turret. So Martin's base is about to be in rough shape, and they're flinching.
Martin either has to fight right now, or they're going to give up a Baron, or they're going to give up an inhibitor in their base. And right now, they're not doing any of those things. They have to fight TSM now if they're still going to linger in the mid lane like this.
Well, they're trying to move a little bit forward. TSM just camping right there. The stealth there from Wild Turtle will give him some haste. They look like they might want to be going into this one.